Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy V-Day!
Don't get killed, all right?
What was...
Why would he say that?
Yo, Mason, this movie's fucking awesome. Hey, it's so good. I loved it from beginning to end. I think this is such a great alternative for people to watch on Valentine's Day. There's something in there for everybody. Mason, you faced off with the Ghostface killer in the Scream franchise, and now you're up against the Hard Eyes killer,
That's right.
which I think is going to be a new slasher icon. How do the villains compare? How does that villain compare to Ghostface, and how do you approach the different dynamic of surviving these iconic killers?
It's funny because Heck has such a brutality to him, to them, that seems as if it's hard to track the motive or the understanding of why these things take place, which allows for a level of horror that I think is alternative to Scream's meticulous, methodical, more domesticated style of horror. Heck's arsenal is also pretty fucking medieval with a crossbow and Anyway, trauma flashbacks. But Ghostface, I think the allure of that character is it could be anybody, specifically people in your neighborhood and the people that you grew up with, and that's what drives that terror. With Heck, regardless of who it is, the threat is so imminent and insurmountable that it feels like, I mean, if Hard Eyes were written under any other circumstances and followed one person, that person's getting folded like a fucking lawn chair.
Yes.
No offense, if I can't swear, we could just boop. But my trick for surviving them apparently is just a lot of sit-ups, because Chad's been stabbed more time in the stomach and walked away that it's gotta be something from like a physical fitness standpoint. Maybe he's just an immortal deity. I don't know.
There you go.
It could be that.
I like that.
Turns into it. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, now we're getting into the paranormal. But.
Now, Olivia, your character Allie in Hard Eyes, she's mistakenly in a relationship with Jay, played by Mason. How does that misunderstanding shape the story, and what was your guys' favorite scene to shoot together?
It's a great question.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the beginning of the story, really. I mean, the way that the two characters are mistaken for being a couple, it's kind of like the start of where they go from there and how their love story unfolds. My favorite scene to shoot with you.
There are so many.
There are so many.
I'll take it.
I don't know. I really love all of like our stunt sequences together. I feel like we both were like we made each other feel very safe. Especially like on long days that were covered in blood and sweat and tears. I really don't know. I don't know if I have like a fave.
I don't mean to take over a question, but you've kind of hit the nail on the head that in meeting, I love the idea from a narrative standpoint that the things that would drive these two characters apart in the context of having to be together on, whether it's a date or a work event or what have you, allows the Hard Eyes killer to read those interactions as love or being loving to one another. That puts them in harm's way, and that means in a lot of ways there's a particular sequence on the drive-in or in a drive-in that kind of is emblematic of that, that we would go through these difficult stunt sequences but find
moments to
comfort with each other that, again, from a narrative standpoint, allowed the dynamic with the characters trying to navigate their differences in the pursuit of overcoming, violent odds, makes for a level of narrative cohesion that you hope for.
Absolutely, and it hits.
I hope so, man. I'm happy to hear.
Now, the Heck has such a striking, unsettling look. What was your first reaction when you saw the costume, and did that add to the tension on set?
Yeah, of course it did.
I mean, I love that mask. So
it's so great. It's so good.
Because I'm a bit of a dork, and I love the world building or the intricacies around a set design or a wardrobe decision, and the latent sort of patchwork and soldering job done on the mask in tandem with like the lipstick done with human blood. I think allows a character without words to have a level of menace that makes even seeing it on a makeup table a little threatening and frightening.
And that was the first time that we both saw the mask. Wasn't on the body, but on a makeup table. We were like, oh, is that our killer?
Is that our adversary?
Yeah.
And it was still effective.
And it still was, but then seeing it on the body was like a whole new different experience. And the first scene that we shot was the scene in the bedroom where Allie and Jay see the Hard Eyes Killer for the first time. So yeah, I think that there were definitely, we were scared.
I was lucky I had Liv, because I'm a big scaredy cat. So
You?
the fact that, yeah, I know, shocking, right? Because I'm so brave and strong all the time. No, it's.
But the actor who was always, he always put the mask on. His name's Alex McCall. He's incredible.
The sweetest.
He would mess with you all the time.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, I don't like that. I don't like that.
at all.
I don't like
that. It's horror is my favorite genre, but it's because I get such a visceral reaction from experiencing it, and I feel like this movie is indicative of that. That I would do this genre, make these movies for the rest of my life. So.
Well, it's an amazing film, so thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you, man.
For the past 2 years, a masked maniac known as the Hard Eyes Killer has stalked
hunted, and brutally slain couples on Valentine's Day.